We are live. Welcome back to the only Carlton YouTube channel, baby. We may never lose again. We just beat who do we even play? Gold Coast? Irrelevant club. Honestly, actually AI. So spanked him. I'm joined with Aiden, special guest. Hasn't been on the channel in a while, but he's a good friend of the channel. Aiden, how you going, bro?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Thanks for having me on. It's been a long time. I don't think we've done a win. I think it's all been losses, depressing losses.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, great to be on for a win.
Yeah, no, well, we used to have you on at the start of the season under the Voss era, and then that was just never fun. So I'm happy to have you after a win. So excited to see happy Aiden for once. We'll get straight into it. What'd you make of the game?
Yeah, it was. I didn't expect us to win that. If I'm being completely honest with you, I thought going into the game, uh, Gold Coast were sort of due for a win.
Yeah,
I felt like their talent pool compared to ours, especially their midfield, would be a bit too strong. But again, you can have all the talent in the world. You can have the best coach in the world, and again, if you're not up for it, like you haven't been for nearly 3 months now, then clearly you're gonna get what you deserve. And yeah, we. I wouldn't say we bet them comfortably. It was a bit of a dogfight, but there were, I think, probably one that fourth quarter we did take control of that game towards the end of that game, towards the end.
we did for sure. I mean, well, considering we started off being 3 goals down, and then Nick Newman went down. Honestly, I kind of reserved. I'm like, it's gonna happen. I'm like, this is gonna be like the Collingwood game where we're gonna be in it, kind of, but then not having the rotation, not having like a senior head like Newman is gonna hurt us. But we actually fought back pretty well. So I'm looking at the score worm. Um, Bro, we went band for band with them. Like it was a back and forth game. Like that's what I saw. That's the first thing I noticed was like you know how like Kane Corns loves to say we're a mentally weak team. Like he said it like last week, right? We battled momentum swings the entire game. Like the entire game, it was like we would kick 2 or 3 goals and then goal because we conceded these momentum swings, but we also fought back from it, which is like a big thing for me against. I know Gold Coast are like they've lost 8 in a row and they may never win again. But when there's signs like that, especially with the younger teams, like no Mackay, no Wiedering in the squad, so both of your key pillar positions are gone. And if you look at the kids that stepped up today, I mean, like Gavin's comment here, Taylor Byrne, Harry Dean, Billy Wilson, Jagger Smith, they're all like fucking kids, bro. They're all on red P plates. Legit, all of them are on red P plates. And then in the forward line, like fucking Will Hayward kicking three, Hewitt kicking three. So everyone that stepped up contributed. It wasn't just the usual suspects. It was like everyone, bro. It was an even contribution.
Yeah, to go back to what you said about the momentum swinging part, that is very true because we're going what goal for goal with them at one period. Like they kick 3 goals, we kick 4 goals, they kick 2 goals, and again, normally like that, especially in the past, we'd probably drop our heads a little bit and we wouldn't really contain it, especially for a half. But I think I said this with Terry is that this team has grit in them now,
Yeah,
and we're able to take it up to teams for four quarters. I mean, last 2 weeks it wasn't great, but besides from that, we have sort of consistently taken it up to teams for 4 quarters, even though it has been perfect. But yeah, the grit and the determination from the team today, especially because I thought honestly that when they kicked the first 3 4 goals and when they had the game in full control, I thought this was going to be the exact same as Collingwood and Hawthorn. But again, they obviously learnt from the past 2 weeks and they managed to turn it around. And again, Kane Corns, I think what you said before, you said that they're a mentally weak team. Um, if they are, then I don't think they win that game and come
no,
back and go, toe to toe with them for 4 quarters because it was a quick game.
it was. Well, I'm looking at the score now, right? So first quarter it was 3 goals to 3 goals. Second quarter we kicked 4 goals to their 4 goals, so it was like even, right? Third quarter we kicked five. No, we kicked 4 goals to their 3 goals. And then the fourth we kicked five to their four. So it was literally back and forth. It was a fucking it was a slobber fest, right? And just quickly shout out, we got a super chat, Carlton Football Club Lover 69, $20, bro. This guy's fucking loaded, bro. If you guys are looking to get your daughters married, make sure you hit up my man Carlton Football Club Lover 69, absolute legend. Lewis Young, take a fucking bow. I hate to change the subject because you had a really good point, but just quickly, how fucking good is Lewis Young?
Yeah, he did his job reasonably well. Again, people need to sort of, relax it on him a little bit because throughout the game, like whenever he got the ball, whenever he marked it, like it's like crowd were a bit nervous because you don't know what to expect whenever he has the ball. But
Yeah.
whenever he got the ball, he was composed. He took players on. He made the right kick. Even if a kick didn't work, at least he took it on and
Yeah.
he kicked the goal. And I thought he did his job probably as best as he could. He got 18 touches. He played practically everywhere around the ground. I think that was his best game probably since round 1, 2023 when we drew to Richmond.
Yeah.
And again, you're going to have every team needs a play like that where they come in, they do their job. It's not perfect. It's frustrating. They come out and so forth. Collingwood have it with Frampton. I'm pretty sure a lot of other teams had the same player as what we do with Lewis. But look, I thought he was, he was really good today. And if I'm making an early call, I'd keep him in this team for next week.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. If he's playing the ruck forward role, so just looking at his stats, he had 18 touches, kicked a goal. What else did he do? Sorry, so these are all off the top of my head because I love Lewis Young. Yeah, 18 touches, kicked a goal, 6 marks, 5 hitouts, 2 clearances. It's all this with 61% time on ground as well. So he didn't play much. The fact that and to touch on your point to resign him, bro, he's a depth player at best. So you give him like a year or two. But how good is it having like a utility tool like that where he can go? We can play in the back line. He can go and play forward. He can play this pinch hit ruck forward role as well. But teams would kill for a player like that,
Yeah, and again, do you keep him on the list next year?
I reckon you would.
Play that,
100% you would.
just play that role where he's a depth required player, but let's face it, he can play everywhere. Ruck, forward, back. It's like that. It's like he's the type of player to go, oh, you know what, Lewis, I need you here. Be like, you're right, done. It won't be perfect. It will probably be hard to watch, but again, he will do everything that he can to, do anything that needs to be done for the team. And that's what he did today, especially, going up against Mac Andrew as well, who, let's face it, is very athletic and, he's hard to beat in the ruck. And there was a few times where he got his, taps to his advantage and all that. He did solidly well. And he even got, I think, a couple of clearances out for himself as well. So, again, you know what? He's probably, I'm not going to say best on ground, but
he's in my votes. He's in my votes.
If you're talking about someone who probably say, I don't know what the word is, not influential, but if you, I don't know what the word is, but he's up there.
But like pound for pound influence, Lewis Young is like on $4 a year, and he's probably like at best a depth player. And the output he had, like pound for pound, given his skill level, bro, he gave like 10 times more than what he was expected to give. Is what I think you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I'm with you 100%, and it's these players that don't really don't usually carry the team, So like, I guess we can talk about Taylor Byrne now, Gav's son in the chat. Fuck, is that not a rising star nomination or what? Like, what more does he need to do? But I thought genuinely he was the catalyst of why we started winning. Because if you remember in that first quarter, if you remember in that first quarter when Gold Coast kicked 3, Taylor Byrne was the first one that set up. I think he kicked our first goal or set up our first goal.
I can't really remember, but he did. I think he did. Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, I think he did kick our first goal. I think, if I remember, but I don't know. It's going to be a bit tough for who's going to win the Rising Star it's definitely be a Carlton player, not any other team for this week. Probably out of him, Jagger or Billy Wilson, probably.
And yeah, Harry Dean, fucking
Harry Dean
bro.
too. I didn't think Harry played a great game. I think King probably got the better out of him, and I think I said this to Terry too. Is that I think this is a game where Dean will probably go back and review heavily.
Yeah.
Because let's face it,
Well,
Ben
like,
King, he's not fucking he's not shit. Like he's probably one of the best key forwards in the league. And look here, like this is a game where I think Dean will probably review pretty well. Because again, like even though for 7 weeks, like he kept some of his opponents to not even a goal. And the fact
yeah,
that he's 18 doing that, like it's pretty insane. Like he was putting up all Australian numbers for 8 weeks, and people were actually talking about him being in there. But yeah, like he plays. The fact that he's 18, he plays like he's been playing in the AFL for 5-6 years. Like it's pretty scary to see what he's been doing so far in his first full year.
yeah, no, straight out. I'm just gonna put up this comment. I agree. Like it probably wasn't his best game. Dean kicked three goals, two behinds, but fuck, like it's the fact that he's only 18, right? It's a massive lesson. I agree with you. He'll take many lessons from that game. I don't think he was terrible.
No,
I think, yeah, no, he was serviceable. He did his job. Like, yeah, like to your point, bro. The fact that he's 18 years old, 19 years old. He's only played let's say a handful, like less than 20 games, and he's playing like this. But he plays like he has 200 games. Like I can't believe. Like it's him. It's also Jagger as well. Jagger in his first year, shout out Gavin, is an elite midfielder. He already is an elite midfielder coming off an ACL. Can you imagine what he's gonna be? Can you imagine what he's gonna be like with a couple of preseasons under his belt?
The thing that's scary about him is that I'm pretty sure he is 100% going to get 8 to 10 coaches votes for today. I think he will have 48, 47 coaches votes. And I saw somewhere that out of anyone in his draft year, even this year, he's got the most out of all of them. And the second with the most is Murphy Reid, who's got 17, 20? And Murphy Reid is apparently going to be in the All-Australian team. So what's there to say that Jagger shouldn't be a part of that team? I mean, I don't think he will be because, look, getting to that midfield, Bontempelli, Dacos and all that. But, again, the fact that he's pulling that much votes and he's been doing what he's doing, it's scary because I consider this year as his first full-on preseason.
Proper year.
Not his first full-on season.
Yeah.
But, again, just with him, he can be a little bit, I wouldn't say, frustrating, but he sort of needs to work on the one downside about him is his kicking. I feel like he sort of overuses the ball a little bit. Like there were times today where he tried to be a little bit too cute with the way that he used the ball. He kept looking on his left and his right shoulder, which wasn't a bad thing, but there were times where if you just looked forward, there was an option there. But again, the downside about him is his kicking. But again, it's not going to be a hard fix because look, the guy's a freak. Yeah, apparently he's not a difference maker. Well, he is.
There was a stat I can't remember. It was coming into the Collingwood game where he was maybe 19th in the comp for ball winning, but then ball use he was 311th or something. This was champion data. Well, I don't think it's a massive issue. So, like you're saying, he'll learn into it. He's 19. Do I think he's a bad kick? I don't think so. I agree with you that he can make better decisions. But today he went at 91% or something like that. I think all the stats went at 90.
Yeah.
So that thing that you say where he looks over his left shoulder and right shoulder, it's weird. You know why it's weird, bro? Because no one does that at our club. No one really looks around. You don't see it. He's got his head on a swivel. He does look a bit jumpy at times, but I don't think he is jumpy. I just think he's very reactive. Especially because like the quick handballs and whatever. And in the chat here, Phil, shout out Zach. Murphy Reed's on another level. I agree. Right now, I don't think it's even a debate. Murphy
Yeah.
Reed's probably clear, but also Murphy Reed plays in the best team in the comp. Let's not forget that either. Jagger's playing in a good midfield in a good club, but
Well, look, if Jagger was playing out of Collingwood or Fremantle,
bro, he'd fucking be getting 40 a
yeah,
game.
he'd be
It's,
getting 10 coaches votes every week.
shout out Ample. I feel like Jagger is better than Petrarca, Rowe, and Anderson. I don't know about Anderson's very good, but I reckon he's better than Petrarca right now this season. Petrarca's on fuck all, bro.
Yeah.
The whole Gold Coast midfield, they're very good on paper, but they haven't done anything all year. They haven't won in fucking 3 months, bro. 2 months. That club is ruined. That club is fucking finished.
Yeah, they've been very disappointing. Everyone thought that they were going to be, top four. Like their first 4, 5, 6 games of the year. Like you'd think far out. Like look at them go. Top four. They'll be playing 2 home fights. They'll be playing in 2, finals, 3 maybe, and then it's funny how a lot can change in the space of 10 to 8 weeks. Where Gold Coast were apparently going to be making top 4. Carlton were bottom 4, bottom 2. Trade him, trade this, trade me as well. Apparently, yeah. Now it's a massive U-turn. Look, even Collingwood too. Even though we hate Collingwood, but apparently, they were done. Like they're finished. They're in top 4 contention right now. And
Yeah.
look, like ever since Voss has left, and as I've said before, like a lot can change, in the space of 10 weeks. Some of these players have completely transformed themselves. Like the leaders, especially as well, Cripps, Walsh, younger players as well, Wilson, Cowan, especially, who I think ever since Voss has left, if there's one player that's improved a lot, it's Cowan by far.
Bro, how good is that backline? And I know Newman went down, and we'll talk about Newman a bit later, but that half backline of Florent, Cowan, and Newman, and then Billy as well that runs. Billy's the most aggressive halfbacker we've had since Sard, but Adam Sard could never defend. Bro, Adam Sard could never defend. Adam Sard literally used to run with the ball, which was great, but then when he had to defend people, he'd make me want to shoot myself, like genuinely gouge my eyes out. But Billy Wilson does it all, bro. I don't know how you feel about Billy Wilson, but the fact he is one of our not only players, because we did it a lot this game, and I'll get your thoughts on this as well. But Billy Wilson's one of our most like corridor attacking players. I'd love to see if there's a stat about like percentage of kicks that go into the corridor. But today, bro, I don't like we got scored on a lot. It was a back and forth game, but genuinely, I think it's because we kicked it into the corridor so many times. We tried it no matter what, bro. We like and I prefer that we play like that, live by the sword, die by the sword. Like we scored, like we had so many D50 transitions, but we also conceded a lot of turnover, which is fine in my eyes. But what do you make of that?
I mean, they're a bit, heart to your mouth type stuff whenever they go for those kicks. But you need to take those kicks.
Yeah.
So, if you take them, you get more confident in yourself to take them even more. And if you miss them, you can try it again. But yeah, like ever since Voss has left, I don't want to keep talking about it, but it's just so fascinating how different this whole side is playing compared to back then. Like normally you'd see long down the line and, they'd go for that kick or, they'd hesitate to go for it. If they went for that kick, they'd probably, not go for it for another 2 quarters. If they miss it, they're never going to go for it again. But now they're just persistently going for that option. And the one thing that I've noticed about this team as well is that if there's nothing there, instead of going long down the line, they revert going backwards, back to that last man that's in defense, whether that's Dean or Dirksen, and then they try and switch up the play to open up pretty much the whole ground, especially the middle. That's something that I've noticed about how we've been playing lately, which is obviously very modern. And then when we get the run and carry going, that's pretty damaging too, because Billy Wilson, what we've seen from him is sort of doesn't give a shit. Like he's going to be a little bit flashy and all that. Like we saw that against Port Adelaide, like he tried to be
Yeah,
a little bit too flashy, stuffed it up, and then he did it again and it worked.
he's got
And
confidence.
yeah,
That's,
like he's got a massive amount of confidence, and like as you said, like he doesn't care. Like he most of the time he goes for those kicks, but if it doesn't work, then you know for a fact that he's going to do anything that he could or anything that he can to prevent a goal from happening. And that's like that with all of them.
yeah. Well,
But
it's just it's like an actual team now. They're just confident in themselves. Like the fact that they're taking corridor kicks and then they're fucking up some of them. Like a lot of times tonight, there's a lot of heart in your mouth moments, like you said. But they just kept going after, which is something like we saw it early in the year under Voss and even like under Fraser a couple of times. Like where they go after it, but they don't really pursue it after they fuck it up. Um, but then this time they just persisted and persisted and persisted and they kept going and it's the way forward, like you said, it's the modern game style, you know. And just to clear it up, Gav, Aiden, I don't know about you, but I'll speak for myself. I don't think Dean was shit. I think he had a great game. I'm just saying King did kick 3 goals, so it wasn't like Dean has set a high standard of him just keeping all his opponents goalless, but I know Ben King's a different level. But
no, I never said that.
this
I never said that he was bad. I just said that he didn't really have a great game. He had a good game, but I just felt like King probably got the better out of him to some degree. But he did find himself back into the game. But if there's one game that he would probably want to look back on, it'd be this one.
Yeah, well, yeah, he has set a high bar. But just real quick, Ampol, thank you, $2, bro, love you. May never lose again. We might not. We might just win 5 in a row and then win the flag from here. Blues in 5, wild card, elimination final, semi-final, prelim, and then grand final. Blues in 5. You heard it here first. But I thought everything was great.
Yeah, it was good.
Also, shout out Bowl of Truth real quick. He was in the chat before. My brother. We went to the game together, me and Bowl and Truth, and Bowl of Truth, and holy shit, I think that's the most fun I've had at a game in a while. So we sat Medallion Club, and I thought it was gonna be like full of a bunch of suits and stuff, but genuinely, we had like a little section in our area that was just a Lewis Young fan club. Like we genuinely just anytime Lewis Young did anything, it was like we scored like the game winning goal. So I love like there was only 25,000 people there, 26,000 people, which I thought was very low, but it didn't seem like 26,000. We were really fucking loud.
Nah, I can't lie. It was a bit disappointing. 25,000 people went there, but again, like the timing was poor. 105. Like it's a bit way too early. Like that game should have been a 7:30 game. I think you would have gotten probably 40K there if it was later in the evening. But again, like as you said, it was very loud. Felt more than 26, 28. You can only imagine what it's going to be like next Saturday night, though.
Oh yeah, bro, it'll be fucking packed. Bro, I'm actually really disappointed people didn't show up today. I know it's a Saturday morning game, afternoon game, whatever. But if you think about the West Coast game when we were on a run, that was the same time slot. That was like 1:15, so 10 minutes later, and that was packed, wasn't it? It was like 40,000, 45,000.
I wasn't there. But it seemed like a lot of people were there.
Yeah. No, it was. Like, it definitely was. There was at least 40,000 people there. So, look, felt like Zach in the chat. He likes those type of games, gives us more games that time, which is fair. But I just prefer a night game. We've got a discussion in the chat. Lucy, first of all, yeah, Lucy Young had a great game. Cameron, thanks for dropping by. Also, I fully agree with this comment from Paul. If you compare Dean's first year to Wiedering's first year, Dean's fucking like miles ahead.
Yeah.
Like I know there's still a very long way to go and it's still very early, but Dean's gonna be a fucking star, bro. Like I can't believe he's already holding that backline down. We all love Lewis Young. We'll talk about someone that maybe people don't love. Brody Kemp.
Just something about Dean.
Yeah.
I think ever since I ever said this to Terry as well, is that the last few years, whenever we didn't have waitering, narrative was, oh, Carlton don't have waitering, they're done. If we don't have
Yeah.
waitering, we're stuffed. But now, ever since the last 7 weeks, ever since he hasn't been playing, because that back line, which has surprised me as to how settled that and gelled they have been, I haven't even thought about waitering once.
Yeah, nah,
Like
how weird is it?
that gelled and that settled together. It's like that we don't even need him. But
Yeah.
again, by him being in that back line, it not only makes the back line even better, it makes the players around him better as well. So you can only imagine how good Dean will be once Weeders comes back, especially, Cowan too. And Dirksen as
Yeah.
well.
All of them. Fucking Dirksen is a straight shooter, bro, on the field and off the field. Fucking Dirksen has surprised me the most out of any other defender. We all knew Cowan was good. Like, we all knew he had it in him. We all knew, Florent was going to be decent. We all knew that these players had it in him. But Dirksen, I had no expectations of him coming into the year.
He's
Zero.
he's got good ball use. He takes those kicks on too.
Yeah. And how many times did he fuck up, to your point before tonight? But he just kept hitting them. He kept trying to hit them.
They kept working half the time. And again, he's got composure too. And he's not afraid to give it to a player as well. So it's good.
Yeah.
But look, I said this before, I think the number one player that's improved ever since Voss has left, and that's Cowan. He has been absolutely unreal. His last 8 to 9 weeks has been phenomenal. He just goes for those marks. He goes for those kicks, sticks up for his teammates. He's like, Terry said this before as well. I don't know how much times I've mentioned Terry, but he said this.
Terry.
Shout out Terry. But he said something like, and I'm paraphrasing, that when Newman wasn't there, it was like Cowan was leading that back line, and he was.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, yeah.
Cowan is, and he has been learning off Newman, and that's why you see a lot of mongrel in Cowan. Like, Cowan takes those kicks on, he plays very similar to Newman. So
yeah, well, Cowan's got that good mix like Newman has. Newman has the ability to go forward, but he's also very well defensively minded. Cowan has that same thing where he can lock a player down, but he can also run and gun. There's a couple like Florent. I love him. He's more attacking than he is defensive. Same with Billy Wilson, more attacking than he is defensive. I'm not saying these players can't defend, but they're more run and gun players. Well, Cowan has this rare thing where he can do both.
You know what? I'm going to say it right now. I reckon Cowan will probably be vice captain soon.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he's got it. I think he genuinely has it in him. I think he's got leadership around him, to be honest with you.
He's done it. Just before we we'll touch on this before, because I know you'll love this, right? Just quickly in the chat, what quarter did Dean get into the small brawl? I think it was the third quarter. He put into a punch on because someone pushed someone over. He knocked. It was a 50 given against Dirksen or something, and then Dean just stepped in. So
and who stepped in for Dean?
For Dirksen, Dean.
No, who stepped in?
Cowan. Yeah. But we've always not. You remember the conversation we used to have last year, you and me, and like a lot of other channels, where who was our enforcer? Who was our next player that punches on like Brendan Maynard, and everyone said Cowan.
Yeah, I said that. I've always seen that in him, but it's like that we never really got that out of him. But ever since Voss has left, whenever a player gets into a brawl, he's always inside it. And again, is it because of the tats? Yeah, probably. But
yeah, well, he's a hard cunt with the tats.
I
wouldn't fuck with him.
He's got cunt written all over him. That's why I love him.
That's what he's got tatted on him. Just cunt all over him.
He should get that once he gets that other arm done. Yeah, far out.
Just cunt. Would you make a Kemp's game before we move on? Because I actually I'll let you go first. You think Kemp's shit? We jumping on Kemp here?
I mean, his job's to kick goals, but he puts in a lot of effort. He works hard and all that. And look, he did do all right I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due. I mean, he did have an all right game. He did, he, you know, set up 2 goals. He put on a lot of pressure, but the one downside about him is his kicking. Whether that's because of his technique, it's probably because of
Co-
confidence.
Yeah, bit
But
of both.
I don't think he's supposed to be that main leading target. I think he's more suited to be that third tall, like we saw last year, where it was Charlie and Harry and him. I think he's more suited to that because I think there's just a lot of pressure on him, which is probably the reason as to why he hasn't been playing that great. Now, when and if we get in a new key forward, that could probably change, maybe. Because last year, when there was no pressure on him,
He's all
played
right.
okay. He did
Yeah,
kick, what, 5, 6 goals against the Bulldogs.
yeah.
But yeah, look, I mean, as I see, you got to give credit where credit's due, and as frustrating as he has been, I thought he was pretty all right today.
Yeah, well, he had 14 touches, the one behind, one mark, 3 tackles, but he did set up a couple goals, especially late in that game. See,
Yeah,
you said something before. You said his job is to kick goals. I 100% agree, and I'm not going to defend Kemp in him not kicking goals and missing goals because I think it's very basic football, right? But I also think he's a victim of everyone else in that forward line just being a bit shit. Like, do you think? Like, I'll ask you this: we're looking at Amadi. Right? We're looking at Joel Amadi for like 5 years, $1 million a year. Do you think Joel Amadi will be much better than Kemp?
nah, I think if you look at Amadi's stats, they're the exact same as Kemp's.
Yeah, no,
Plus,
I would agree.
probably
Amadi's probably a bit more accurate, but other than that, they're the exact same.
probably
And
a
Zach,
probably a
sorry,
very similar player to Harry too.
yeah, 100%. One mark is crazy. It is crazy, but when you're playing on Mac Andrew, who is just so much better than Kemp. See, here's the thing: we know Kemp is shit, but when he does below average, we like lose our minds and be like, "Oh, he's shit." We know okay. We know he's not good, right? So I think that there's like a misconception where we expect him to kick like 3, 4 goals a game, 2 goals a game. He's not even that, bro. He should at what he should be in a good team is like a POD forward, where you chuck him forward like a swing man, or even like a third or fourth tall, like a reserve tall. But like in this club, he's expected to be the man because Mackay's not there. Mitch McGovern's 104 years old. Like there's no help for him, and he cops, but and a lot of the things he cops do, like with his goal accuracy, is deserved. 100%. You can't be missing shots from 15 out. Like the set shot he missed today, I think he was like 30 out straight in front. You can't be missing that in an important time of the game. But I'll defend him a little bit.
Ainsworth, as
Yeah,
much as great as Byrne did, can't be missing that. You just can't. Now look at the score line. It was 14-5, 14-6 Gold Coast to what? Our 14-12. Like this is another issue that I've been talking about is that our goal accuracy over the last 8 to 7 weeks has been putrid. The one outlier was against Hawthorn, but I mean the weather conditions were terrible, and again, like we can't kick goals. And again, for anyone who thought that, us getting rid of Charlie would probably be a good thing. We're going to make finals. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And we were never going to replace a 60, 70 goal player in a year. You just weren't. Now, in another world, would Kemp probably play better if Charlie was still playing? Probably. But again, we're never going to find out now because they just decided to go with the coach instead of the player. I would have personally gotten rid of the coach clearly.
yeah.
But again, where do we find that that key forward? Because we clearly need one. And in my opinion, when someone said this to me, I think it was Mars. He's like, I agree with him. Like our forward line, like it's probably one of the worst in the league.
It is the worst in the league. 100%, it's the worst forward line in the league. I mean, and saying that, right? It's the worst forward line in the league,
I
right?
was still 10th.
We're 10th and we scored 110 points, bro. With no Mackay. Who
So
the fuck was in our forward line, bro?
So you could only imagine if we had Ben King there today.
Oh, fuck.
I know.
And Bluebagger's point, but like I like, and I know we had a chat or we spoke on the phone before this when I was on the way home, and you have a good take on this. I like your take, but I like that we have an even spread of goal kickers. Like I understand, and I'll let you say your point, but like it's the reliance on the man that we always do. Like we always, it's like we had it with Charlie. We do it with Mackay. We do it with Kemp at times, bro. We expect him to fucking clunk marks. Right, I'd rather us have an even spread of like forwards though, preferably. I as much as I love George Hewitt, he can't kick 3 goals every week. Hayward can kick 2 or 3 every week. Ainsworth can kick like 2 here and there. Frankie can kick 2 here and there, but they're not going to. So it is good to have that spear forward. Also, just quick shout out, the absolute goat Pommy and Oz just hit the chat. Aiden, are all the rooms in your house the exact same? Is this like SimCity?
If you're asking about the positioning of my camera, yes, it's the exact same room because my fan cam, I did it on my bed. I changed my desk into the other side, and currently I've got my computer on my bed. I'm just sitting on a chair. But to answer your question, yeah. There you
go. Up the guts. Love your Tush, but enough with this Kemp is shit. Has his goal kicking been terrible? Yes, but fuck me, he's playing number 1 forward on Collins, a beast as a third tall. I don't think he's I don't think he's terrible. I just think if you judge him as a forward, which we want him to be, he's not that good of a forward. But I agree with you 100%. As a third tall, he'd be all right. And I think today he did well. Like, I don't think today he was fucking terrible like people think he was. I think he has been terrible in the past a couple games. But to Pommy's point as well, like he's playing key forward. There's no player in the comp who's been more undersized and played key forward 6 months. Also coming off an Achilles, which like, bro, most fucking athletes don't recover from that. They retire. Exactly. Snapped his fucking Achilles.
That's why I just said is that if hypothetically, if you had Charlie there, would that be beneficial for Kemp? Because I did say that he is probably more suited to a third tall. Like, you can't rely on him to be your main target. He isn't that. So it's like with Motlop last year where we just played Motlop in the midfield and people wondered why he was playing shit. It's the same thing with Kemp. Like Kemp is, being, I don't know if it's the same, but like why Kemp being asked to play that main forward against, pretty good defenders.
Yeah.
That's not where he's supposed to be playing. He's supposed to be playing.
We do this thing as fans and probably as a club too. We just put unrealistic expectations on players. Like, see, I'm actually conflicted here because, like, what is my expectation on Kemp? But before we go on it any further, we've got a fucking legend that's just popped in, right? Now, I'm going to give him a proper introduction. So if any of you don't know who Morris is, he runs the Carlton unofficial selection committee page on Facebook. 10,000 members, the biggest Carlton page on Facebook. He's a fucking don, everyone's favorite person in the world. Jesse Motlop enthusiast, Ashton Moore specialist. We'll get him in. Morris, how you going, bro?
Brother. How are you, boys?
Good, brother. Yourself? Thanks for jumping on.
Bad. Thanks, mate. Good. Thanks for the intro. Aiden, have you grown a little bit of a chest?
Yeah, I have.
Normally we just see your head.
Yeah.
I would.
I reckon I found the new forward that we should go chase.
Who is it?
Think. I want to say. I want both of you to think, and even the chat. If there's someone in the chat.
Did he play today, Morris?
No. Okay. Plays at another club. Club.
Did his club play today though? Like the teams that played today? Did he play today? No. I'm actually stumped here. Okay, well I'll go through a list of names. I mean, Aiden, if you have any, let me know. But Hawthorn played today. I was gonna say Mitchell Lewis can't be him. Cal Shadir can't be him because they played. Who the fuck didn't play today? Do you want Logan McDonald or Hayden McLean? No, they played today.
No, I'd love sorry. I'd love Logan Morris. No. I'd love the obvious in Logan Morris.
Yeah,
Okay, but to get someone like him, you got to pay overs, right?
of course.
And then does he fit the Carlton mold? Like at the moment now, he basically came in from the get go in a brilliant system and found his feet from get go, right? Is he good enough to play in a forward line that doesn't always structurally run on 6 cylinders? So that's my only concern with Morris. But do you want me to announce who, if I was Carlton, I'd be chasing? And I reckon
well,
you can
Announce
get
it.
him
Hold
on the
on.
cheap.
Is it Hogan?
No,
Oh,
Okay,
fuck.
go on. Tell us. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Ollie Lord.
That is a fucking shout. I like that, Ollie Lord. I mean, you get him for nothing as well, yeah.
Correct.
That's good for me,
20
Morris. See, this is why Morris is the smartest man I know. There you go. This is why he's got the biggest
20
Facebook group.
24-year-old, 197. I think he's got something like 32 games under his belt. He's out for the season with a knee, so there's going to be a little bit of work next year. I mean, but O'Farrell is coming back from a knee. Jagger came back from a knee. Yeah, but I think today Atush stamped the papers of what I meant, and I wasn't saying that with being a smartass the other night when we spoke in regards to Motlop. The Taylor Burn that you saw today was that
animal.
pure small forward that we missed and we haven't
100%.
had for a while. And Taylor Burn, from the day that we recruited him, I knew that he was going to do that. And I remember having a chat to Andy about him and saying, I can't wait to see this kid. This kid's like all the small forwards that we've, had on our list. Like at one stage, we had like 6, 7 small forwards and hardly any of them were any good, right? The Owies, the Durdens and all of that. So it's good. I mean, and you know what? For players like Jesse Motlop and that, if you want to be in the 23 and you want to take a spot in the forward line, you've got to earn it.
100%. And I think that's the precedent, bro. As much as I love Motlop, I think that's the precedent we have to set. It's like it doesn't matter who you are or the money you're on or the contract. Yeah, thank you, Morris. There's a couple of comments. Well, not a couple. The entire chat for like 3 minutes straight. Yeah, it was complaining about a blowjob POV. So
So I don't know. I mean, like, what were your thoughts of the game? I just jumped on it to a start. I didn't know you were doing this.
I didn't know either until like an hour ago. I just like, fuck it. It's 9 o'clock. We'll jump on. I thought, bro, it was a pretty complete performance considering we had no Mackay and no Wiedering. So 2 structural key points on either side, right? Key defender and key forward weren't there. And we scored over 100 points with a forward line of misfits. You got, Brody Kemp. And it was the players to me that didn't usually stand up that did stand up. And that's what made it even more impressive. So like Lewis Young was incredible. I don't know how you saw him today. I thought he was one of the most influential players on the ground.
Yep.
Oh, Taylor Byrne was amazing. Hayward, who else? Hewitt kicking 3 goals, having 25, bro. What a fucking what a player, bro. What a transformation he's had.
Even Jagger.
Yeah. Well, there's a comment before. There's a comment before where someone said, and rightfully so, he's already an elite midfielder coming off an ACL in his first year of football. Imagine the development he's going to have.
Yeah. Yeah, you just hope that he continues that and knocks out the deficiencies in his game.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, bro, there's still room for improvement for all of these players. Just quickly, shout out Pommy. Thank you for stopping by, bro. Love you. Yeah. There's room for improvement for everyone. So we were talking about Harry Dean before. What do you make of Harry Dean's game?
I love Harry Dean. I
He's a
love
fucking
Harry
gun.
Dean. My take on Harry Dean. There was a game. There was a game on there maybe 2 months. I can't remember what it was, which game it was, and I was just thinking, and like I love Cripper to death, right? My take on Cripper is I don't want the captaincy to be stripped from Cripper.
Yep.
I want him to lead us as the captain until he retires. Okay? And I believe, and I said, I believe our next captain's Harry Dean.
Straight after Cripps.
Yeah.
So when do you see Cripps retiring?
Well, I reckon
35, 36?
Cripps is, well, he's what, 30 now, yeah?
Yeah, he's
So
31.
He's
Turned 31 this year.
Okay, so why hasn't he got 4 years in him?
No, I agree with you 100%. But I genuinely think the process of Cripps' mind now has gone towards looking at players like Dangerfield, looking at players like Pendlebury, and being like, why can't I also have that longevity? Why can't he?
Sorry, Aiden, to cut you off. And I was talking to Andy the other day on the phone in regards to this. Where we've got to be better is, if we want that, is like maybe not next year, but the year after. If we're playing West Coast in Perth, argument's sake,
rest him.
Cripper, you're staying home.
Yeah.
Like how Collingwood manage Pendlebury side bottom. They've managed others in the past that have retired or whatever. Chris Scott does it beautifully at Geelong.
Yep.
We've got to do the same with Cripper. If you can get him where he plays 16, 17 games throughout the season, and then you've got the maturity of the Cody Walkers and the Jaggers and, the Harry Deans and the O'Farrells and the Burns and all the rest, all the young kids that we've got that bring us, to a top 8, we're a finals contender. You're going to have a fresh Cripper.
Yeah.
If you rest him.
No, spot on.
That's the problem, is that I can't remember the last time we actually fully rested him. It's like we play him every week.
We never have. Like in 2024, we snuck into the finals where we needed to win, and because Fremantle lost on the last, but Cripper played the last 3 games or whatever with broken ribs with a mattress as a protector.
No, I think
that's his story of Carlton. Always playing
2023, yeah.
No. Yeah, that was 2023. He stuffed his ribs against Melbourne, and then I remember we rested him against West Coast, and then I think he played the week after, I think against Melbourne, then he stuffed his ribs up, and then we kept playing him up until the prelim. He didn't do his ribs in 2024. He did them against Melbourne when we.
But then what did he do in 2024? Where
apparently he did his shoulder.
It was a shoulder, or it might have been the ribs again. It might have been the same ribs.
I don't know.
But no, like I agree with you 100%. But we don't give him breaks because for so long, and we were talking about this before, we've been so like champion central. We've been, we need this player to carry us. We've been Cripps central. We've been Kerno central, Mackay central. And now it finally seems like we're moving away from it. And like the goal kicking spread today was proof of it for me. Like it was good, but like you need like, what do you call it? You need like that main guy there. Like you can't have an even spread of goal kickers consistently every single week. It doesn't happen. You need like that main guy up forward, and we don't have that. Like you need that main guy up forward that okay, like he'll kick 1 or 2 today, but you'd hope that the players around him contribute.
Like every week, it seems that we're relying on our smalls and our mediums to do stuff when you're not going to get that every week from them.
Yeah.
And I think that's why
Yeah.
sets you up.
And with Kemp, like I don't know, like I've been on his back since 2023 when he was a defender.
You didn't rate
You know,
him?
people. Well, you got to remember, I'm a lot older than you guys, right? So,
Okay.
my time with my success in regards to like watching good Carlton sides, we always had it was your backline. Backlines win premierships, and in 2023, Kemp was basically the second to Wiedering.
Yeah. He's like
And
an intercept. Play the intercept role.
yeah, but was he good enough to be that second? See, like at the moment,
Who's
You
our
got
second tall now,
Wiedering.
Morris? Morris, who's our second tall now without Wiedering? So it's Dean's our first. Who's our second tall? Is it Dirksen or Haynes?
I'd go Dirksen. I really like Dirksen.
I love this game too.
I like not just his game. I like him as a footballer.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think he was very shaky early on in the year, but that's because we didn't give him a block of games. We didn't give him,
Yeah.
we brought him in a week and then took him out and then brought him back in. And then once we started giving him that block of games, I don't know when it was, might have been the Geelong game and afterwards, after Wiedering properly went down, he's just
Yeah.
settled. And every game he looks more and more composed. And the kid's like 23, bro. And he's a straight shooter, bro. He's
Yeah.
23 and he's got like 14 kids. So he's a
Yeah.
straight shooter on the field, off the field.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and like, so my thing with Kemp, like, I said it today at the game, right? Like, his work around the ball, like his hunger and desperation in regards to like his tackles and like keeping the ball alive in the forward line was brilliant.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
But time and time again, like there's 3 minutes till half time. I think we were like we were 9 points up.
Yeah.
He's 30 in front
And he
to put
misses,
us
yeah.
15 in front. He misses. What happens? Gold Coast go down from that kick
Slingshot.
out goal.
That's every week.
Yeah.
Wait,
And
sorry,
what? Sorry to cut you. The misses that he does, okay, are at pivotal moments in the game.
Yeah.
They're not. It's not where 30 points up he misses a goal or whatever. It's there when we need him to sink them.
It's like with the Collingwood game last week. If he kicked those 2 goals that he missed, it could have changed the whole trajectory of the game. Like there's just some kicks that he misses, it just deflates the whole side. And it's not only him, like Byrne as well and Ainsworth. Like as much as Byrne played, as great as Byrne played today, like we can't be missing like kicks like that. And then you see like Jed Walter kicking them from the fucking car park in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
Like, again, I don't know what's going on with our goal kicking, but it needs to seriously improve because, again, I think we kick, 13 goals, sometimes 13, 14, 15 behinds a game. Well, you can't do that. You need to kick more goals than behinds. We kick more behinds than goals sometimes.
Even if you look at our number one key forward, Harry Mackay, and even if you look back on Kerner, were any of them really reliable goal kickers?
No, Charlie was.
Charlie was not a dead eye. Charlie had off games. You reckon?
No, but at one point, Charlie was a dead eye.
Yeah.
Very early on in 2022.
You know when I reckon Charlie hardly used to do those snap kicks and wind around, wheel around on it. Charlie was very athletic in regards to where he'd take pack marks, and he'd be on the lead and he'd have those set shots, right? He lost a lot of that, whether it's his body or whatever. But then, like, I was chatting to one of the guys today, like his kids under 18, and I go, do they do all these snap shit in the country league and that? And he goes, no, none of them do. So I go, oh, so it's just AFL. And he goes, a lot of the juniors don't do, like your 30 in front. They drop punts. And in my era as well too, like when we played, you had to know how to kick on both feet.
Yeah, it's not a thing anymore. They don't do it as much. To Gavin's point, real quick, Hewitt was accurate. Hewitt is very accurate. Hewitt rarely misses set shots. Yeah, he also is the best ducker in the league. He loves draw. He doesn't duck.
Yeah.
He draws those high tackles. He knows exactly how to. He's the best since Ginnivan back at Collingwood.
Yeah.
We'll move on around. we'll move off around Charlie because I don't give a fuck. I want to hear I want to hear your thoughts on the game, Morris, and maybe the future as well. Where do you put our wildcard chances now?
It depends. So basically, you're contending with North and St Kilda, yeah?
And the Giants, yes.
Giants have got a bit of a tough run, I think.
They do. Well, they just lost today. So
yeah.
I'll bring up the live ladder. Well, I'll bring up the ladder for you right now. I'll bring it up on screen. Just give me a second.
See, from memory, I think you want North to win tomorrow because
St
Kilda's percentage.
Yeah. Like, ideally, we'd want them to win by what? 12 points, 2 goals.
Yeah.
But then you've also got.
That's the ladder.
We
Morris.
play. Yeah. No, I've seen the ladder. But we play St Kilda as well too. So if we're good enough, we've got to take destiny in our own hands as well too.
Yeah, but here's the way that I see it. If they really want it, then they're gonna show everyone how badly they want it over the next few weeks. Because I'm telling you now, I'm actually glad that we have the fixtures that we have. They're not easy. Like, they're gonna make us actually earn it big time. Like,
you just know that it's gonna end up being the game against Freo. We're gonna have to win that to make finals.
Yeah, 100%.
It's gonna happen.
But the thing that's perfect about having Fremantle in the last game of the year is that they will probably go into that game thinking, oh, we don't even need to win that game. We've got top spot already clinched. Like, let's just go out there, play half a team and, see what happens. See if our depth stacks up or not.
Yeah.
They could. Or they could be like, fuck Carlton and just play their best team.
Be like, or they could just be like, oh, you know what? They stuffed us around in 2024. Stuff it. Our best team playing against them.
Yeah. But it all stems down to, like, basically what their bodies are like. Like Hayden Young, they got to kind of put him on ice. Like, he's so important to them. So, like, they nearly lost him a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you put? So we're talking about. We haven't touched on Newman yet. How big a loss was Newman? So he's got the hamstring. Let's say he's out for two. For argument's sake, let's say he's out for 2-3 weeks, or let's say 2 weeks. Who do you bring in? Because Saad, Charlton, and Boyd all had decent games in the VFL today. All had around 20-25 touches, like 4 or 5 rebound 50s, couple scoring involvements each. Who do you bring in from there? Morris, where do you stand? Morris, I'll ask you this, and I'll ask you too, right? Where do you stand on the youth versus experience thing? Like, we're at this point now where we can make a wild card, right? But do you bring in Saad because he's more trusted and more experienced, or do you bring in someone like Charlton where he's not tried, not experienced, but he could be better and probably is better for the long run of the future of the club? Or are you like now, win now?
I like Charlton. I've said it for a while. I said it last year that I thought Saad was finished.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't play Saad again this year, even and if it got to a point where we were out of stocks of halfbacks or whatever, I'd shuffle the magnets.
Who would you move? I'm interested.
I wouldn't play Sard at all. Like if he was the last resort, I wouldn't play Sard at all. I'd shuffle the magnets and try something else. And whether it even be like going back to the old drawing board, what Voss did, hey, Chera, you're playing across halfback. You know what I mean?
He played it today a little bit. Did okay.
Sorry? Yeah. But see, I believe next week, if Harry's even the shit thing, if Harry's up and he's available,
Play.
Lewis Young's gonna lose his spot, right?
No,
For Harry.
Would you drop him, Morris?
No.
Okay.
I'd drop
No,
Kemp.
I agree with you. I don't think we can drop Kemp because it's a structural difference. Like I don't want to, unless Lewis Young is playing that ruck forward role, I don't want to see him in the team. But also like I don't want to see Mackay. I mean, we could play Mackay in the deepest forward role, but then we have just Mackay, McGovern, and Lewis going forward. Like I think that is a worse forward line than what we have now.
Yeah. Yeah. See, the other change that I would make. All right, and I know a lot of people, their disposal shit, this, that, blah, blah, blah. I don't believe Cooper Lord warranted his inclusion last week. Even today, how many times did Lord butcher the ball?
I don't think he was
I don't remember seeing much of Lord, if I'm being honest. So
There was an instance where he couldn't make a 15-meter kick.
Yeah, well,
Lord, he didn't hit it.
But there were also times where he did hit those kicks.
Yeah, I get that, and I'm not rubbishing him, right?
Yeah, no, of course
but
not. Yeah.
When are we going to throw Ben Camporelli into the team?
That is a very fucking good question. I don't know, Morris. I don't know. Ben Camporelli, I'm very strong.
By the way,
he had 30.
He had 30 today again.
I know. He's been getting 30 every fucking week, but there has to be something that he doesn't do. Like there has to be something. There has to be a reason the coaches don't pick him because it's not like we're under Voss anymore. There has to be a reason Lord is getting picked over him. Also, like the one thing I did notice about Lord is that Lord went to, who the fuck did he? Who's like Noah Anderson? He went to Noah Anderson in the third quarter and kept him to like 4 or 5 touches, and he had 10 touches himself or something like that. So that is the one thing Lord has. He's a very good tagger, but not also just like negating the other person. He gets a lot of touches himself.
Yeah. But the other thing that I've noticed, sorry, Aiden, the other thing I've noticed with Lord, he's only got the tank to tag a half. And it was even after a good summer. If you look at opening round, Atusha and we were there together or whatever.
Yep.
He tagged Goulden the first half and absolutely tore him a new arsehole. All right.
Yeah, he
did
the same thing. So
and then he gassed.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. He's very young. Where do you play him, Morris? Do you think he's a midfielder? Do you think he's a winger? Do you think he's a high half forward? Where do you play him?
Who? Cooper Lord.
Yeah, because he's been fucking thrown from pillar to post. What is he in your eyes? Is he an inside mid? Is he a winger? Is he like a utility that can play anywhere? Is he a tagger? What is he? Because if we can't answer this, how the fuck do you want him to have a role? I
don't think he's in our best 23.
So right now, do you think Ben Camporelli should be in over Cooper Lord in our best 23? Well, I know that's a loaded question, but because we haven't seen Camporelli play. But if you were the list manager tomorrow, if you were in charge of selection,
I get what you're saying, but I'll answer it like with a question as well too, right? If you go back like 10 weeks ago or whatever, okay, and we talk about our half-back line, right, that we got no run or whatever, everyone was saying, just let Sard play the game that he knows, this and that. Let him, You know, everyone was saying, "Oh, Boss has killed him," this and that, blah blah blah. What actually happened? They brought Billy Wilson in,
Yeah.
and you found, hey, this kid's all right.
Yeah.
And Wilson's played well, Fraser's had 10 games. He's 8-2. Yeah.
Yep.
So Wilson's had a block of at least 10 games, right?
10 games. Yeah.
All right. And you've said, hey, you know what? You've penciled Wilson into your best 23 for 2027, yeah?
Yep.
How do you know that Campo, without giving him a game, what he's going to do for you?
Well, maybe they see him as maybe they just see him similar as Hewitt as Cripps. Maybe I don't know, and because Lord can sort of be dynamic and
But
play.
Lord's slow as well too, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I reckon. No, see, I reckon Lord's more Cripper like.
Yeah, I think he's
Then-
more like
Like for like.
No, not as in. But what I mean, like he's slower.
Just a
Like
just a quick fact check. So Cooper Lord had 23 touches, 1 goal assist, 7 scoring involvements at 83% efficiency today.
yeah, that's fine.
No,
That's
I just
fine.
thought I'd bring that up because I had no idea what his stats were. Thank you, Gav.
yeah.
Look, I don't know, Morris. See, the thing is, you asked that question with Billy Wilson coming in, right? And it's not just so Billy. So we all agree Billy Wilson is the best player to come in under Fraser, right? So it's like Billy, Ison. Who else has come in under Fraser that
Burn.
didn't play before? And Burn, right? We all say Billy's the best, but Billy didn't have a crack in his game in the VFL. I don't know how closely you watched.
Didn't Burn come in under Voss as well too?
He did, but he only played. He played
like,
2-3
played in a
games.
shocking. He played in a shit like position and
No, I get that. No, but what I'm saying, you can't give Fraser the credit for it. It's not as if Voss didn't.
Of course,
Voss
yeah. No,
didn't
you're
play.
right. You're 100%
And
right. But-
that's like Dirksen as well too. Yeah, like Voss
Yeah.
did give Dirksen games.
Well, my question is, Morris, like Billy Wilson had, like he was impeccable in the VFL. I don't know how closely you watched it, but he was getting 40.
Yeah.
He had high efficiency. The one thing with Campo is, and the biggest knock on him is, it's his tank. He can't run out games well.
Yeah.
And also his kicking efficiency and just his efficiency in general. So the thing is, like under pressure, he's not good. Like he's a very big bodied player and he's an inside mid. So who would you take out for him right now?
Yeah.
Cooper Lord, yeah, but you can't play him on the outside. You would need to play Campo on the inside. And if he's struggling in the VFL,
the reason why they're probably not playing him is because of what you just mentioned there. They probably don't rate him. They probably rate Cooper Lord.
I
over
would think
here.
so. Well, Cooper Lord also
But
just thank you for this. Cooper Lord re-signed until 2029 as well. So clearly the coaching
Yeah,
staff
no,
knows
no,
something
okay.
we don't. Yeah,
but-
no,
yeah,
Morris,
I-
I'm not digging you, Morris. I'm not digging you. I'm just
No. I get that, right? But then, even like with Ben Campo, right? Like, hey, at the end of the day, we don't know what happens, everything that happens within the four walls, all right? So there could be a reason or whatever. Like, I know, like back in was it 2023? Fogarty didn't come into the side, all right, and was killing it in the twos. And the reason why he didn't come into the side was the coaching group wanted him to specifically target one thing, and that's all they wanted him to do in the VFL. As soon as he started triggering that, he got his thing. So it's not all possessions and tackles, and there's other things that they look at as well too. Whether it could be a run and spread. Are you putting a tackle on? Are you putting a shepherd on?
Yeah.
You know, like your 1%ers. But
See,
with Ben Camporelli, he's in his prior to him getting drafted. All right, he was playing seniors. All right, part of it was he was playing seniors in SA. He was the best SA kid. He was the best ranked SA kid. All right, you don't get that being shit. Now, if he's shit, all right,
Yeah.
find out in a competition where the game is a hell of a lot different than to VFL. The standards are.
See, I don't think they're going to play him.
Yeah, I
especially
don't think so.
games. They're
Well,
not going.
this-
I think with him, it's just like a project where just even with his brother too, they're just going to take time, especially with Cooper Lord too. I think Lord has probably proved them more than Ben to an extent. And I just think that probably, the two Campo brothers, they're just going to take time. We will probably see them, but at the moment, if what Atush said is right, is that
I don't think we will, Aiden.
you don't think so.
Yeah,
You don't think they
I
rate
don't.
them.
No, I'll tell you what will happen.
delist them, you reckon?
I'll tell you what will happen. Let's say, because they're both out of contract this year, right? Let's say Carlton turn around to them and say, "Oh, we're going to offer you 1 year, blah blah blah, this and that." And let's say they do sign it.
Yep.
And then they stay in the VFL all of next year, this and that, blah blah blah, right? Where does Daddy live?
Adelaide.
You reckon the Crows won't come calling for him?
So I don't think so
I don't
Why
think
not?
so.
because
Why not?
they've got
Because what?
they've got a fair bit in there. They've got Dawson, Rankin, Sam Berry in there, a couple others as well.
They got Rochelle that runs through there as well.
No, I understand that, but for
it'll
depth.
be. Oh yeah, 100%. I think so, but I don't think he'll play.
And what
See,
I'm saying,
They're
if
in
I'm
their
not getting the game,
second
if
year.
I,
They're in their second
yeah,
year.
if,
They're not going to get rid of them now. They're in their second year.
no, sometimes they do.
Yeah, no. Sometimes they can just.
They
can-
got rid
I
of
don't.
Lemmy. They got rid of Lemmy
Yeah.
without giving him a game.
How much do you trust the staff right now, Morris, in charge of these decisions? Because it'll be so
Look,
right now. This manager is Graham Wright. Until we have a
I
permanent
trust
one,
him
it's Graham Wright.
only because you got Wright and Davies there.
Of course, yeah, but you would think those two are the ones making the decision on this.
Oh
You don't
yeah,
think you'll be influenced by many other people other than maybe the head coach. So do you trust them? Like right now, let's say tomorrow they come out and say we're going to delist Ben Camperelli, we're going to delist Lucas Camperelli. Do you trust them?
oh, you'd have to.
Yeah.
You'd have to, because if they're delisting them, they're delisting them for a reason. But but see, you got to remember, if they delist them, it's a call made at year's end, right? But my thing is, you never got to see him. Like,
Yeah.
I was never a big fan of Harry Lemmy. All
Yep.
right, Lemney.
Same.
But last year, Charlie and Harry were out at the same time, and we had those two blocks where we played North and West Coast.
Yes, I
Yeah,
remember.
and Lemmy.
Didn't play.
That's when Lemmy was on his run where he was kicking 7 goals, 4 goals, 5 goals. He was
We never
in
played him.
form. Why wouldn't you
Yep.
play him? Find out what he's got. If he's no good, delist him. You delisted it. Like, I don't like guys that get delisted.
Without showing anything in the AFL. I agree 100%.
Yeah,
Everyone should be given the chance. But this goes back to my question, Morris. They've got 1 year left. We're in a wild card position. What matters more to you, wild card or playing Ben Camperelli? Because we can all agree here saying playing Cooper Lord is a safer and probably more reliable option than playing Ben Camperelli.
See, I don't see that.
Also, just before you go, this is my opinion on the Camperellis. This comment I have here from Gav, I'm neither here or there. I haven't seen anything. So if they get delisted, I'll trust the people in charge. If they don't get delisted, I'll trust the people in charge because I just haven't seen enough. Like VFL is one thing. You can have your deficiencies in the VFL, but when you're not in the AFL, I can't judge you properly, you know?
But yeah.
But sorry, go on. Sorry, go on with your point. Go on with your point, sorry.
With Cooper Lord, he ain't the reason why you're going to win a game.
I disagree, Morris. I think you're being very harsh on Cooper Lord. I think right now he's not, but you don't think he can develop into that player?
No. But you're talking in the future. I'm talking now. You're asking me.
Yeah.
You're asking me, like,
Oh, so
do you
okay,
play?
yeah,
Do
okay,
you
I agree.
play?
Okay,
Does Ben
okay,
Camperelli not
sorry.
get a game because of Cooper Lord at the moment?
Yeah. So you think right now Ben Camperelli can be a match winner? Or you're saying because we've
No,
seen Cooper Lord and he can't be a match winner, you're saying Camperelli
I
still
don't.
has the
Yeah,
chance to be
like
one?
I
Okay.
don't. I don't think the way you see Cooper Lord play now.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm not talking about today. I'm talking about even last year when he was taking those marks and kicking those goals from 50, this, that.
Yep. Yep.
That's him as a footballer.
Correct.
He's not going to get to a higher level
Yep.
in regards to, like, that's him as a footballer. He's a battler. Yeah? Does that make sense? And you need players like that. But like
Do
at
you think
what
do you think
point,
Camperelli can be a star? Do you think is that what you're trying to say? You think he has more
bro, you
or
don't
the
know.
I
You
know,
don't
I
know.
know.
But
This is a very hard
but when
conversation.
you
Yeah.
find it, but when you find the pill 30 times every week, yeah,
You're working with something at least. I know what you mean.
bro, and like I don't watch it every week, but I've seen enough of the twos, right? Whether it be because even now you can jump on your phone and watch the game. All
Yeah.
right,
It's very easy now, accessible.
he's good on the outside, and he's also good as an extractor in close, and he's got very good hands.
Yeah.
In regards to like that, that over the head handball
Yeah.
that
Very
look
good at
away.
handballs. Yep. I agree. He's good like in and around the contest. I think
Yeah,
his deficiency is when he has the ball outside of the contest and then his tank.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. See, and then it's like, see, the player that I'd be looking to get into the side ASAP is Jack Ison.
Get back into
Like
the
I'd be
side.
saying, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because even like I agreed. Like I was calling that. Like I was torn a few weeks before we dropped him. Right, I was
Yep.
torn. Like he's out of form, but it was like, do you drop
It
him to go into the twos,
it had to
or
happen in
do
my
you,
eyes.
or do you let the kid have 15 games experience going into 2027 with another preseason? Because he's a match winner. That kid's a
Yeah.
match winner.
Yeah, I can agree on that. Yep. He will be a star.
Do you know
I
what I
think my
mean? So
rebuttal, yeah, my rebuttal to that though, Morris, is sometimes you kill the kid's confidence and some like leaving them in there and just letting them fight for himself. I'm not saying he can't do it, but sometimes just giving them a block in the VFL isn't the worst thing either. Like I'm
yeah,
guessing he played a good VFL game today. I haven't really looked at the.
I don't know. I don't think so. I haven't watched the game. I don't think his stats were
I haven't watched it.
the
It's a
greatest, but
16 touches, 5 scoring. I mean, it's not bad. 6 marks, 5 scoring
yeah,
involvement, 16 touches. It's no turnovers.
yeah,
Lou Felino, thank you. Ison wasn't going to the VFL today, apparently. So I
it
guess we can
wasn't.
take his word. Yeah, that's what Lou Felino says. If anyone watched the VFL here,
Yeah.
let us know. But no, I get yeah.
If anyone watched it, I know I think he had 22 touches.
Ison had
How
16.
was that? No, Zach Williams.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's interesting. Like, has
He
a
can't get
line
in.
been put through him?
Well, you would think the same thing about Saad as well, though. Like, this was a big thing, Morris, and Aiden as well. I'll get your thoughts on this, too. Remember when was the last time Saad was fit and available and we didn't automatically pick him? Aiden, do you remember the last time?
And we did. We never have.
No,
Yeah.
never. Can't remember.
Yeah. And now that he's not in, I don't know. It seems like the club is setting a precedent that we're not here to have fucking these types of players anymore. But then I see, like, you know what a call that baffled me before going into this game was today? It was Lewis Young coming in
Chera.
over Hudson. No. Lewis Young coming in
Yeah.
over Hudson O'Keefe. I was very confused, but no, like Lewis Young was fucking incredible. I'm glad he was in. But I thought the club was moving towards.
It's
So I
not
thought the club
today,
was moving.
but go on.
I thought the club was moving towards playing the younger players. So we've seen it with like Billy Wilson over Saad, and Billy Wilson's been great. So I thought we were going to give Hudson, who's had a very decent block in the VFL. I think he's averaging a goal or two every game, a couple hit outs here and there, 10 touches,
Yeah.
5-6 marks. I thought he was a lock to come in because he's a like-for-like replacement for Mackay, considering Mackay's playing the pinch ruck role. And he
Yeah,
didn't come in.
Even when O'Keefe debuted last year, you thought, I watched O'Keefe in the twos, and I thought, like, you know, from pretty much from when he got there, and I thought, you know what, I really like this kid. You know, when you start liking a kid, and then you have an interest with them. All right,
Yeah.
like another one for me was Charleston. Yeah, like I liked Charleston that much that I used to say you play Charleston before Billy Wilson. All right.
Yep.
We kind of saw Hudson O'Keefe, and he had a little bit of mongrel as well too.
Yep, and he has soft hands, very soft hands.
Yeah, and then over the preseason they played him more. No, sorry. Over the preseason they were training him more of that forward pinch hitting ruck. Okay. Yeah. And I saw the writing on the wall when Puto went down and we played, and Reedy wasn't available, I think, through suspension, and we played Flynn Riley against Hawthorn.
Yep.
All right. And then we dropped Flynn and brought in Reedy. Yeah?
Yeah.
So 2 weeks, no Hudson O'Keefe.
Yeah, but that's the ruck role. I don't think he's built for the ruck role.
I get that. No, but they've done that in the past. And then this week, like with what you've said, Harry, so that's 3 weeks now.
They haven't picked him.
And to me, Hudson O'Keefe, to me, has slipped into our fourth ruck position in the pecking order.
Okay, let me ask you this. Sorry, quickly before you go on, I got a super chat. Let me just read this out. Petra Khan, $3.17, very specific, from the great man himself. You know, fun fact: Petra Khan has a PhD, so he's probably the smartest man I know. If finals are possible, selection integrity is 100%. I agree. And also, just real quick, we got some comments in about Ison. It's actually mixed. So majority of people are saying give him some time in the twos to tick things off. Commentators were talking highly about him, but a lot of people just said, give him some time, which I agree with, I think. And also Gav here is agreeing with you. Hawk will be delisted, which I think is brutal, bro. He was good in those 5 games he's played, Did you rate him in those games he played, Morris?
I did. Well, just the stat again, because his first game was against the Bombers, I think.
Yeah, and he had 5 contested marks, which has to be some sort of
which
record.
Was in forward 50, I think, and that was the equal highest or whatever. What scares me with O'Keefe is he doesn't become the next Sam Jacobs, where another club pick him up, and we've basically let a number one, a ruckman that should have been our number one.
Yeah,
because that's what Sam Jacobs was at the time. He should have been our number one.
I don't think they're into rucks like that anymore.
Like tap hit, like proper tap ruckman.
Yeah, I think
no. It's more mobile now.
Yeah, and I don't think Hawk and Peter have that at all.
No. Also, just before we go off, Aiden, I want to thank you very much for joining us. You got any final words you want to send us off with?
It's Cripps' 250th next week, so hopefully.
Is it?
Yeah.
GF. It's also Haynes's, I'm pretty sure.
So guess what? We're gonna lose.
Don't fucking say that, Morris.
We're gonna lose. We don't do milestones.
We don't.
I mean, we did today. Newman.
No, for who?
Newman.
150. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, has Chris? I don't know if Chris won a milestone, but Aiden, again, thank you very much for joining us. Love you, bro. We'll do this again. I love getting you on. We got everyone give Aiden love in the chat. What was I gonna say? I already gave you final words. Yeah, you want to end us off with like a statement?
Oh, just win next week. That's it.
Win next week. All right. Love you,
Alright.
bro. Thank you very much. See ya.
Cheers, Aidan.
Now it's just you and me,
Yeah,
Morris. Let's get
yeah,
down to gritty.
yeah. No, it's what's it called?
Okay, wait. Just before you go on. Okay, so we have 4 rucks right now, and you reckon Hudson O'Keefe's in the 4th role. Thinking about the future as well, don't just forget about this. Don't just think about this year. Let's say you have to pick 2 and delist 2. Who are you picking and who are you delisting out of the 4 we have right now? And also
Out of the 4,
chat, feel free to answer.
I really like Riley Flynn.
Yep.
I reckon
And then
he's great to do an apprenticeship. Like he'll be. I think he's the type of ruckman that we need, and the way the game's going. Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
I think I've been bluffed with Reedy. I got bluffed.
Well, he just
pre-season.
hasn't seemed good, has he? We've given him 3 years more. You know, the biggest thing for me is so he played VFL, he played forward in the VFL a couple of weeks ago before the Collingwood game, right? I think he
Yeah.
looked really good there, right? And this just goes to show the level of difference between the VFL and AFL. When we played him in the AFL, he didn't take a mark in the Collingwood game.
Yeah.
He was the only player on the field, other than Harry Mackay, who played like 3.5 minutes, that didn't record a mark.
Yeah.
So for me, if he's not the best tap ruckman, he's not the most agile around the ground either, and he's not like an aerial threat that can go up and kick goals. So
Yeah.
what are we doing here? He's just like very mediocre.
Yeah, I mean, like, unless he can pull a rabbit out of a hat.
Well,
You know,
I was
and
happy. I was happy to give him the
fine.
benefit of the doubt. Sorry, I was happy to give him the benefit of the doubt and say play him under Fraser, and maybe we'll see a change like we did in Cowan, in Florent, and all these other players, and Billy Wilson.
Yeah.
But we played him under Fraser, and I know it was 2 games, yeah? Or do we just give him 1 and drop him?
One.
It was 2,
One.
1. So
I think
maybe
it-
not.
yeah,
But where do you stand on him?
I don't see the player that played like from because he was at Pure Thunder,
Yep.
and if you have a look at some of his highlight reels, and I'm not just talking about the highlight reels that Carlton put out or whatever,
Yep.
right? Like he's done. He kind of reminds you of that old Matthew Allen type, where he's got reels where he takes marks, he run down tackles. He's got that. He had that raking left foot. Kicked quite a few goals.
Yep.
And that right, and it's like, and I thought we were getting that. I thought we were buying that. And we just haven't seen it at all.
Yeah. Also, he
Like-
got concussed in the VFL today as well. Thank you,
Yeah,
Carlton
yeah.
Football Club, over 69.
But like opening round, there was no hunger from him at all.
Nah.
And like,
Well, I just think the role he played was just stupid. Like, there was no need to play 2 rucks in that game. He kind of
Yeah.
like, how many times we were at that game, was how many times we just lost behind the ball or just
Yeah.
wandering around the field, right? I'm happy to give him. Well, it's not like, well, he's got 3 years. We're not delisting him, so he's staying
I
for
know-
at least
I
a
know
couple
that.
more years. Yeah, but like, I think it's very like, I don't know. Like, Chat and you have been very hard on Hudson. I agree. Using the logic I
I'm not
use in
hard on
Camperelli.
Hudson. I like him.
Yeah, but
him.
you just think he's gone at the end of the year.
No, what? No. I never said he's gone. What
Okay.
I've said is I believe the Carlton football
Yeah,
department
don't
have
rate him.
put him down. He's the 4th on our
Right.
pecking order now. That's what
Yeah.
I've said. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, and I
would've
agree with you.
I would have played O'Keefe in either of those 3 games. Even today, I would have played him today.
I thought today was perfect to play O'Keefe. I thought genuinely he's a like for like replacement. Like, I can understand why you don't want to play him solely in the ruck, but as a pinch hit forward, I thought that's exactly what he is, you know. And but like
Yeah.
using the same logic I use with Camporelli, if they're not picking him, there has to be a reason, right? There has to
Yeah.
be some sort of reason. So I can cop that. Fuck, I love talking.
But
I need to
then,
get you on a proper show, bro.
yeah. But then, Latush, I'll ask you this, right? So,
Yep.
if the feedback from people that watch the twos, like on this show and the Monday Blues or whatever, state that he's had some decent games, right? Okay, right.
Yep.
You saw what he provided last year, that he was a work in progress and that he had some
Correct.
skills in that, right?
Yep.
So you obviously know what he can do in the ones, all right? And he hasn't been that bad this year. How can you lose confidence in him? Like, what hasn't he done?
I know that's the weird thing. It's like he has shown more to me than Flynn Riley. And I know Flynn Riley is like he's a different archetype, right? But Hudson O'Keefe has played AFL games and shown he can compete at AFL level.
Yeah, yeah.
Flynn Riley to me hasn't done that yet. And I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying he hasn't. If you go off logic
Yeah.
and proof, Hudson O'Keefe has a better resume to be picked right now than probably Lewis Young. I would say Lewis Young and what's his name? Flynn Riley. And
Yeah.
Liam Reedy as well, to be honest.
Yeah. What's
So,
your
go on.
take on? And I only know it because you put it up on my page, and I know you were only asking a question, but Wiedering. See, I'm in the camp that you don't get rid of him.
See,
And my reason, can I give my reason?
yeah,
And
go.
then you can rebut it.
Go.
So I think Wieders has got at least 5 years. All right. And I reckon what they're doing now is kind of pretty good. All right.
Yep.
Whereas in the past, if Wiedering went down, it was, can
I'd
you
shoot
walk?
myself. Yeah.
Can you walk? Yeah, I can. Okay, so you can play then.
Yeah. Now 100%.
Yeah. Like at Marvel, I used to sit with his parents and his grandparents, both set, right? So they used to tell me quite a bit, blah, blah, blah. There's stories that I can tell you, like, how people say, oh, he's this, he's that, blah, blah, blah. He's had some incidents where he's had to ring the club doctor at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, where he's had blood clots because of corkies and that. Like when he used to cop those. Yeah. All right? Like he's a warrior. Now, my thing with Wiedering, he's got at least 5 years. Bro, he's an All-Australian. He's probably one of, for myself, he's one of 3 of the best backmen in the comps, if we're talking like fullbacks, right?
Okay.
Like with Harris Andrews and maybe a Sam Taylor or whatever, right? Next year, imagine what O'Farrell and Harry Dean get with him, as opposed to.
Yeah, he would speed up the development. No, I agree.
Yeah,
I can see that point.
get thrown to the line, all right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, bro, you build a nucleus of, bro, we're going to be hard to score against.
Yeah.
If O'Farrell and Dean live up to their expectations and that as well too, right?
Yeah.
So, and where it helps us as well too is if we can hold teams down to scores of like 60, 70, having that killer forward,
Yeah.
right, doesn't really, you don't need to kick 100 goals to win every game. I mean, not 100 goals, 100 points.
100 points. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It's a very good point. I guess it's what you value more. I just think, and I could be wrong here, my personal opinion is just I value I value a key forward more than I value a key defender in our list, just because. And I get your point on Wiedering being there, developing Dean way quicker, right? My thing is, maybe the sample size I'm using isn't correct, and I could be wrong here. Just for a full caveat, I'm happy to be wrong here. But I think over the last 10 weeks we've shown enough where we can function without Wiedering, right? Can you agree on that? Like we've been very solid defensively, but our forward line, and to your point as well, with Harry O'Farrell coming in, there's youth coming into the back line, right? There's a steady succession plan already. And we can get Buku in, who's 25. I don't know if you rate Buku, but these all.
I don't rate Buku at all.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm also neither here or there with Buku either. But I just think our forward line is in such trouble where I would, and to caveat this, I would only ever consider trading Wiedering if there is a chance we can get some sort of big name fish in the forward line. If there isn't a chance for that, I wouldn't do it at all. But if you ask me, for argument's sake, Morris, trade Wiedering, get Logan Morrison, in a heartbeat, I'd do it.
I'm gonna put it to you. I'm gonna put it to you like this because it's just come to me, right?
Yep.
Who was the key forward for the opposition today?
Ben King.
Is he any good?
Yes.
Where's he going?
Check. Hawthorn.
Are they talking, hey, let's trade Barras or Battle or Sicily to get Ben King in?
No, because he's coming in as a free agent.
I get all of that, right? But are they looking at see how Hawthorn doesn't deplete their side?
Yeah, I agree, but I just think because we're not in a position like Hawthorn. We're not as privileged where our list is kind of lopsided. You know?
No, I get that, but what I'm saying is, if you get rid of Wiedering, and you get a forward, all right, you get rid of Wiedering, and you bring in, and we master stroke that we bring in Logan Morris.
Yeah,
he's going to have to kick 5 every week for us to be even given a chance. Atush, you're still young, yeah?
Yep.
We had a forward that kicked 100 goals nearly every year. All right?
In Fev?
In Fev.
Yep.
Guess what we had?
What?
A shit back line.
Yep. No,
So,
that's a very good
do
point.
you understand where I'm...
I'll concede that.
No,
that is a very good point, Morris, and I'll plead ignorance there because I am young and don't remember Fev. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just saying, like, you don't rob Peter to pay Paul. I've always been of the belief you've got to keep your key pillars, your core, right? And add, right? Like TDK doesn't really hurt us now.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is I'd rather have TDK in the side now than the ruckman that we've got.
Yeah.
But not us paying him $1.4 million.
Yeah, no, I agree 100% as well. It's a very you kind of stumped me here, Morris, with that Fev comparison. That's very good. I rate that. But okay, so then my rebuttal, there's no rebuttal, but like, how do you fix this forward line then? Where are we going in the next couple of years with this forward line? Because there's no youth coming in, right? At all.
Well,
so
you've got
Ashton yeah, but he's not a key forward. Yeah, Moya's gone. I agree.
But you know, Ison in the gym. You put Ison in the gym to bulk up a little. You got to remember he's just a kid, yeah.
100% 18, younger than me, bro.
So yeah. So he's gonna put a bit of size on.
Yeah, I can. But is he enough? Let's say in 5 years. In 5 years, Mackay is gone.
But we can get
other things. I understand.
But the way you see it. Sorry, I just gotta get the portable charger.
You're
The
fine.
way I look at it as well too, bro. Like, we kind of gotta stop and think, like, in 5 years' time, what's going to happen? And,
Yeah.
and the reason being is, like, if we're going to be like that, right? And we got an opportunity to get Morris.
Yeah.
And Brisbane say we want Sam Walsh. Would you do it?
Fuck, that's a loaded question. See, I'm of the belief that Sam Walsh is the next captain of this football club. I think Cripps gives it up in a couple of years, if not next year, in a couple of years. Mainly just because I think he'll, like you said, we'll start resting him and he'll move more forward. I don't know if I'd give up Sam Walsh.
And
Maybe,
this is like hypothetical because you're going to have
of course, yeah.
Brett Thornton's son
Coming in, Cody Walker coming
through,
in.
and Cody Walker and Lucas Koudafidis.
Yep.
So you've kind of got, you're covering Sam Walsh. Do you know what I mean? But then but what I'm trying to say is, you can't say like 5 years time, Harry's going to be finished or whatever, because we're cashed up at the moment. And my theory is, like, I'm scared that they're going to go all guns blazing for Amadi, only because he might be the only one that they think that they can
available.
Target.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on Amadi? Just real quick, because we got a comment here.
I don't like him at all. Nah.
Okay.
Right.
So what happens? And obviously this is fantasy as well. But what happens if we get Amadi and he kicks 40 goals a year for 5 years? Is that, forget the name Amadi? Let's say we get a forward in. We pay him, a 5-year deal for $1 million a year. Is 40 goals a year enough with this current forward line? No. Yeah. That's what I thought. No, I don't think it is. I think we genuinely need someone that kicks 50, 60, like a Coleman contender with the current forward line.
Yeah, bro. You look at, and he's a star in the Wizard, right?
Yeah.
But he's kicked 40 goals this year. At one point, they were talking, can he win the Coleman?
Yeah.
Can a small forward win the Coleman?
Yeah.
And he's not on that money yet. All right?
Yeah.
If we're going to go and pay, and like I said,
there's another name here. Finish that thought, sorry, and I'll just bring this up. Sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say, Sydney have tabled a 5-year deal, and it's worth between 1 to 1.2 mil. Amadi said that he wants to stay at Sydney, right? And they're just working through the fine print, right? For us to get him, we're going to have to go to him like 1.4, 6 years or whatever, like make a Godfather offer. Yeah. Otherwise, if you say 1.2, he's going to be, well, Sydney are giving it to me anyway. What am I going to come to you for? I can win a premiership at Sydney.
Yep. So just for clarification, with the whole Amadi kicking 40 goals thing, Mitch McGovern is on 30, and there is 5 games left? 4 or 5 games left. Yeah. So 40 is not that much. What's your thoughts on Jesse Hogan? Would you give Jesse Hogan a contract? 32 years old. Probably he is a key forward. You would describe him as a bona fide key forward. Whether he's that good or not, but he is that presence in the forward line that we need. Because
it's hard.
It is hard. He's old. It's the age that gets me
Coleman,
there.
He won the Coleman in 24. Yeah.
Yes. When what's his name didn't win it? Kerner. Yeah, 24.
Yeah, 24. And then last year he didn't do much. So he didn't back it.
Yeah. So do you think it's a one-off?
So,
Do you not rate him?
well, this year's been hurt as well too. Yeah. Look, he's a number one pick, bro. So he's not a
Yeah, he
dud,
was. No, of course not.
but has age caught up with him?
Well, what's he on this year? Let's check what he's doing this year, because I don't know. This has become very fantasy booking. I like this though. So he is on. If you got average, he is averaging 1.3 goals a game this year.
So what's he kicked?
Let me check, because he hasn't played all games. That's the thing. He's kicked 12 goals this year, but he's played. I don't know how many games he's played. Probably just under 10, maybe 10 or 9, something like that.
Yeah. Let's say on that, I'll ask you a question.
Yeah.
If we get Jesse Hogan next year,
Yep.
if we get Jesse Hogan next year, and he plays 10 games, what's the goal output that you want from him?
It would need to. It depends on the money we're giving him, but
25.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. Yeah, around 2.5 goals a game, something like that. But I also think, and to highlight this comment, Damien, Mackay wanted Coleman. We don't need Hogan. I'm of the. I don't think Mackay's the man. Like Gav put a comment in here before. Let me bring it up. What if we get 40 from Amadi, 40 from Kemp, 40 from Mackay? It's never happening. You're never getting 40 from all three. Yeah, if that happens, we win the flag. I don't think Mackay, and I'd love to be wrong. I'd love to be wrong here. I don't think he is ever going to kick above 35, 40 goals ever again. You're fine. You're giving us the blowjob perspective. Guys, chat, close your eyes. But I don't think Mackay. I don't think Mackay ever was built to be that number one guy. I know he won the Coleman in 2021, but since then, I don't want to say he's been in Charlie's shadow, but he's enjoyed being number two. Look at what happens when we put him in the spotlight. He's been ousted out of the forward line. We're playing him as a ruck forward because he couldn't get touches as a key forward.
Yeah.
So,
but see, I think I'm a firm believer as well too that I think the dynamics of the way the game's played now as well too is changing quite a lot. Where we got to put time and effort into players like Byrne, Ison, and if we can get, and even let's say Jesse Motlop, like Atush, you mention all the time, like his 2023 output. I don't know, what did he kick? 30 goals or whatever.
Yeah, just under 30, 25, 26.
Yeah, like he does that. You get 25 out of Motlop, 25 out of Byrne. Ison kicks 30. All of a sudden, that's a whack. Like, at the moment now, our leading goal kicker's on 30.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a massive problem. And honestly, I'm seeing a bunch of different opinions in the chat. Lou wants Hogan as a stopgap while we develop a young key forward that we drafted. I agree with that. I don't think Hogan is the man to win us a flag. I do agree that I think Harry and Hogan will work well together, but that's not the long-term thing, right? That's not the long-term answer. But it's just, I feel like we're so fucking stuck. I don't know. I feel like well, we're not. We can just wait until a key forward comes up, or we draft one. But like, I don't see how we get. I don't see how we get out of this hole that we made in the forward line, because I've lost faith in Mackay. Like, I'm happy to say that.
And that's why I was saying, like, think outside the box and go to a bloke that's 24 and 197 centimeters in Ollie Lord and ask the question
and develop him.
Because if you look at Port, they've got Georgiadis, they've got that. What's he?
Whitlock.
No, Whitlock, but the other guy as well too. The ruck, that ruck forward. He's Italian.
Vicentini.
Vicentini. Do you know what I mean? Like, they all can't play.
There's these names as well. I mean, there's Calshadi. I don't think Hawthorn. Well, Hawthorn's he's fallen out of favor. Calshadi. He doesn't
He
play,
won't,
but
but
that's
he
the
won't leave.
he won't leave. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. These players aren't going to leave their comfortable clubs. Maybe with Ben King coming in, Ben King pushes Calshadi even further down the pecking order.
Yeah,
But I guess it's what they
Cal,
value. But like if Morris,
but
like if we make a wild card this year and we fucking win a wild card and maybe a finals game, why wouldn't he want to come to us?
no, Cal Shadir's got Hawthorn blood running through him.
That doesn't fucking mean shit. Look at Silvani.
Bro, different.
I know, but look at Silvani.
No, I get that. I get that. But the Hawthorn culture is a lot different too. And it's always been a lot different.
This is a hot take here. I think it's time to trade Mackay. He's not giving us any value and you better key forward. I think trading Mackay would be fucking stupid. As much as I don't trust him or whatever, I do like him as a ruck forward, as a pinch hit forward. I think
Harry's been
good, bro, over the last he's been good in the last 10 weeks. I just don't think he's the key forward. I don't think he's the guy. I like him around the ground. When he's up around the wing and like around the ground doing work, I think he's very good. I just don't think he's the key forward to kick us 40, 50 goals like people think he is. I don't think he has it in him anymore.
At one stage, I even contemplated thinking we should just play Harry as the number one, right?
Yeah, do you remember the narrative where we couldn't play Mackay in the ruck because he's such a valuable asset and he'll get injured?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then look how good he's been in the ruck, you know? So, I don't know. Look, this has been a fucking great discussion, Morris. I need to get you on one time properly for a full show. Even though this has been a full show, we've going for almost 2 hours. Just quickly, we'll go back to the game. Give me a 3-2-1 from the game.
My 3-2-1. I'm gonna go. Jeez, it's hard. I'm gonna go Carlton 1.
Okay. You can give a reason why as well if you want to give a brief thing.
Carlton.
Yeah.
I thought Carlton was brilliant from get-go. Set the standards with contested marks.
Yep. Yeah, it took a couple, yeah.
And he pretty much maintained it. And he gave us a bit of drive where he even worked off his man to help our teammates and provided a little bit of run in that. 2, I'm going to give to George Hewitt. I just thought he was immense. He's
three goals, 25 touches. It's hard to go past him.
Yeah. But he's always the shit. Because we're always looking at Cripps and Welsh.
Yeah.
And then you have a look at have a look at Hewitt, right? Like, had Hewitt not kicked those 3 goals, you would have said, has Hewitt had 25? You always know he's going to amass possessions, right?
Yeah.
But because he's a little bit, he's not a Mercedes-Benz, right?
No, he's
and
like
I'm gonna go,
he's a blue collar worker.
Yeah. And I'm going to go condolences to Jagger for not getting a vote. I'm going to go 3 votes to Taylor Byrne. Obviously, for his mate, it's probably the hardest position on the field, the small forward. 3 goals, should have been 5
nowadays. Yeah.
And fingers crossed he gets a rising star this week.
Oh, if he doesn't, I'm writing. I'm fucking sending a message to Andrew Dillon. I'm going hard. I'm signing a petition. We'll all go. You, me, Chat, Pommy, Dandy, for all of us, bro. We'll go to fucking AFL headquarters because that kid. The most impressive thing for me, we dropped him, bro. We dropped him in the VFL. You know how many times that destroys a kid's confidence, especially after missing. Yeah. So he missed that after the siren shot against Collingwood. Played one more game, had a stinker, and then we dropped him.
Yeah.
Right. And then he did his block in the VFL, did well, came back, and he's been a staple since.
Yeah.
So it's the resilience. It's like, bro, you can find a lot of good footballers. Talent is readily apparent, right? It's not hard to find a talented footballer. It's hard to find a mentally strong footballer like him at 18 years old. You know, him and Harry Dean.
And the evidence behind that, you look at Evans, 3 rundown tackles today.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
don't need
including-
talent to do that.
No, it's just it's work ethic.
You-
Which again, not
you
everyone's
just-
built with that.
Yeah, you just need to want to do that. Everyone can do that, Atush. You just
Yeah.
have to want to be able to do it.
It's the
wanna do it.
desire.
Yeah. Do you know?
So-
So like, there's a lot of players on our list that if they implemented that into their game, like what Evans did.
Yeah.
Where like let's say Moya, we all know he's talented. We all know that he's so talented and he's gifted on both feet. But can you see Moya doing those 3 rundown tackles?
No, never.
Imagine he did that. You'd be like,
Yeah, I
"Man,
know.
this guy's a star."
100%. But it's always the really talented players that don't do it. I don't know. It must be just a mindset thing. But no, touch it like if you want my 3-2-1, I'm giving them to players that I love. Cripps, right? I've been like this. I love Cripps,
Yeah.
right? You know, what did he have? 28 touches, fucking 20 contested, a goal, and he had 15 clearances. I'm not going to give him a vote, right? My 3-2-1 is going to be 3 Burn, 2 Lewis Young, and 1 Francis Evans. Mainly because of it's pound for pound output. Those guys aren't anywhere near as talented as Patrick Cripps, anywhere near at all. But it's just the desire. It's the fucking work rate. And I really think Taylor Burn is the reason he. So you know how we went down 3-0 in that first quarter. Newman went off.
Yeah.
I wanted to die. I was like, oh my God, it's happening. I'm like, we're going to lose. I was like, they're going to run over us here. We're going to be playing catch up the whole game and we're not going to get back into it. And then Taylor Burns set up the Hayward goal, the first one that we kicked, and then kicked the second goal himself. Right. And then Francis Evans had that chase down. They almost were the catalyst for us winning that game.
Yeah.
They almost, I would give them all the fucking the praise. And then they set the tone, bro. It wasn't just them doing the chase downs. Everyone was doing it. Everyone was laying hard tackles, you know? So that's my 3-2-1. And Lewis Young, just once again, fucking hell, bro. Thanks, Evan. Thanks for sticking around. Fucking hell, bro.
He's a whipping boy.
He's the whipping boy, bro. How many times at the start of the game? You went to the game, Morris?
Yeah.
How many times when he got the ball did you hear the ooh, like the jeers, like the ooh? Bro, and then he was actually incredible, bro. He had 18 touches, fucking bro. He was great. Kicked a goal.
Yeah.
He had that really smart play at the end of the game where he had a 150-meter run up.
Even and what did he do? He milked the clock.
Yeah, took fucking 50 seconds off.
Yeah.
So
and you look at that when Ben King was lining for goal. There was 30 seconds after he kicked it. There was like 30 seconds left, right? Had he kicked that goal without Lewis Young doing what he needed to do, there's a minute still on the clock.
Yeah, and then they would have came back. Yeah, no, we only won by 13 points. So
no, I don't know.
100%.
But I get what you're saying. Like Cripps he's playing his 250th this week.
Yep.
He's had 200 of these games that he played today.
Yeah, 100%. That's the standard for him, you know?
Yeah, whereas Taylor Burn hasn't had this game before. So you got to reward that. I get that.
100%. Yeah. So, I mean, bro, those 3 impressed me. And everyone, bro. Nick Haynes, who's like 400 years old, you know, like what do you have? 5 intercept marks, 12 intercept possessions, 25 touches.
Yeah. Bro, it cooks me that, people, whether it be on, podcasts or, on my page or whatever, they want to flick Haynes off.
For no fucking reason.
Because he's old. Bro, he's a fucking general in our defense.
Yeah.
I agree, what I mean? Do you see all the other clubs? There's Hawthorn, Gunston's going around again. Danger's signed for 2027.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Pendlebury, side bottom. What's the difference?
I don't know. Like my only thing against it would be the money. But like, bro, he's on fucking nothing, bro. I would pay Nick Haynes anyways, 400 grand next year anyways. I'd pay him that type of money. So
But
I don't
even
get
if
it.
it
Like,
wasn't the money, even
Yeah.
if it wasn't the money, like you omit him from the side, who are you bringing in?
exactly. I mean, Harrowfell's not
Who?
fit, but
Yeah,
other than that,
but
no one.
even O'Farrell,
Yeah, he's not there
like
yet. He's not that level. Yeah,
O'Farrell's played 6 games. Yeah,
yeah,
there's no guarantee that the form that he left on, he's going to be bringing that in, right?
yeah. Especially off
That
a
could have been
ACL.
but even that could have been a flash in the pan.
Of
O'Farrell,
course, yeah.
and I'm not saying it, but he might have bluffed us. He might not be that good.
So you could be right, or he could be the best player ever as well. So
Yeah,
it works
yeah.
both ways.
Whereas
Yeah,
we know what we're getting with Nick Haynes, and I'm not saying that.
yeah.
And I'm saying like next year, round one,
Nick Haynes is playing.
O'Farrell's in my,
Yeah.
but O'Farrell's in my side as well too.
Yeah. I would think so too. But like, I would be shocked if we don't offer Haynes an extension. Same with McGovern. I think McGovern's in the same boat. He's the
Yeah,
leading goal kicker. I think he'd be dumb not to offer him a 1-year extension.
yeah. And you just do
So
1 year. If they want 2 years, sorry,
Yeah.
let them. And if they want to keep playing, 1 year at a time, 1 year at a time.
yeah, no, it's spot on. I agree. Look, we'll wrap it up. It's fucking 11 o'clock. Thank
Is
you,
it?
Morris, for Thank you,
Pleasure.
Morris, for coming on. Love
Pleasure,
you, bro.
brother.
Make sure you guys, if you guys are on Facebook, check out the Carlton unofficial selection table on Facebook, the biggest group on Facebook and the best group on Facebook, run by yours truly, Morris. You want to plug yourself? Anything else? But you want to plug your OnlyFans?
My OnlyFans? Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, I've got an OnlyFans network. I don't do anything. What I do, I actually network people. Atushi's the OG. He's the first
Top
one that I signed up on.
top earner. That's it.
Yeah, so you can basically find Atush every Sunday night in the back alley of which street was it that you're looking after, Atush?
I think Commercial Road.
Yeah. So yeah, if there's anyone out there that wants to sign up, give Atush a plug.
There you go. Morris, you heard it here first, guys. Morris is a pimp. Once again, chat, thank you for being here. Morris, thank you once again. I'll see you guys in the next
Cheers,
video.
mate.
We may
Go
never lose
Blues.
again.